Planescape Torment, once again. Last time, picked some stuff up at the, from the lawyer. Learned a few new things. It wasn't all that much. We did go and have another conversation with the dead woman whose death is entirely our fault. In fact, she died for our sake, as far as I can tell. And that conversation went, burn. May you burn as if the very fires of Bartor were devouring you from within. Burn and know it is but a fraction of my hatred for you. Yeah. Today... Oh, you know what? I was going ahead and bribe a wizard with a piece of chocolate into telling me some stuff I need to know. But before that, I want to go through my party members' dialogue here a little bit, because I mean, I haven't even talked to Fall from Grace since I recruited her, and everybody else might have some stuff, so let's just go through it.
You, Chief.
Alright, well, most of this I think I've already done. What do you know about the Blood War? That's new. It's a war, a big, bloody, messy... Okay, that wasn't really all that helpful. What do you know about the Night Hag Revel? Well, she's a Night Hag, and she was definitely balmy enough to make you immortal of all people. I mean, she could have chosen me. Mort rolls his eyes. Still, anyone addled enough to lock blades with the Lady of Pain isn't someone we really want to find. Okay, also not really anything new here. Okay, nothing going on with him then. Also looks like there's nothing new for him. Okay, fair enough. Is this different? This seems different. What is this? Anna just looks at you as you address her and she frowns. What do you want now? Are you alright? Anna just glares at you. Okay, that's weird. I wanted to ask you some questions. Why don't you ask your stuck-up-your-bus your question, then? Anna's eyes narrow to slits. Why are we even traveling with her? We don't need her, we don't. Okay, she's really mad about Fall from Grace being here. I guess that was somewhat predictable. Well, this is a bunch of stuff. Look, I don't want to be, I don't want to be playing favorites here or anything. We'll go with the boring answer. And I need all the help I can get, including yours. You're a stem-shriveled liar, Yar. You only let me tag around with you because you don't know what else to do with me, you don't. Why don't you just tell me to push off as soon as Farad made me a minder? Because... Do you think I like traveling with you? Do you? Cause you... Anna's face wrinkles in disgust. Your life, if you could call it that, is a right mess, like your skin, all cut up and scarred. You think you have some big meeting with the fates or destiny, but you don't. You're just a mess, you are. Okay. And I didn't ask you to leave because I didn't want you to leave. Oh, and why is that then? Should be rich, should? You pity me, is that it? You think I slow you down? Go on, say it. I don't pity you, and you don't slow me down. You're quick, you're skilled, and I really need all the help I can get. Anna frowns, her tail flicking back and forth. Well, no, I'll gut her if she starts sizing us up for a feast, I will. She glares at you. Don't get any ideas I'm staying because you'll want me to. I'm just helping you out, I am. Okay, then. I suppose that went about as well as we could expect. You know anything about Ravel? Just ask. At the mention of the name, Anna spits 3 times and makes a semicircle over her heart. Sst! Are you daft? Don't be mentioning her name if you value your life. Why? She's evilest of the Grey Ladies, shiz. And his voice drops to almost a whisper, as if afraid of being overheard. Filthy, mean, and with more power to toss around than some of the powers. It said she's all a brambles through and through, even her heart. It said you can never kill her, cause her body's like a tree. You lop off one limb and there's always another still growing somewhere else across the plains. You speak as if she's still alive. Of course she is. She has to be. And his voice drops again. How would you kill a thing such as her? That's why the lady had to maze her. So it's said. Okay. Nothing new on that front, aside from her being really upset with Fall from Grace. Alright. So, how much of this... I don't really remember what exactly... Some of this is probably accessible dialogue from before I recruited her, but I guess I'll just go through it. You telling about the Tanari? Yeah, right. We did already talk to her about this. Okay, never mind.
Yes?
How'd you come by the name Fall from Grace? The meaning of names is a complicated subject. There's much to be said, and a great deal that is better left unsaid. I'm gonna push on this a little more, I guess. Is Fall from Grace your real name? Perhaps. She smiles slightly. Perhaps not. There are names which are given, and names which are earned. Who is to say which is the real one? I'm not sure I attach any value to a name. Well, that's probably not the right answer. I think the name which is earned carries the greater weight. That may be so. Why do you think that? Because a name that is earned is not arbitrary. A name that is earned tells of what you've accomplished. Grace nods. Your point is well taken. So why are you called Fall from Grace? Would it matter? She smiles. It is an earned name. It matters to me. I would like to know how you came to be called that. Whatever, we're on this path, so here we go. I have fallen from my people. Some would say, risen from my people, perhaps. But fall feels more right to me. She looks at you questioningly. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. After all, fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Fall from Grace is silent for a moment, then nods thoughtfully. Yes, perhaps that is why it felt as it did. I came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. Are you sure you've come to terms with it? Fall from Grace meets your gaze, and you are once again struck by the brilliant shade of blue of her eyes. It is turbulent like the ocean before a storm. I had thought so. Yet, in speaking to you, you have caused me to realize some things. She smiles. You have my thanks. Well, if you want to talk about it, let me know, alright? She nods. You are most kind, I will do so. Okay, cool, alright. I got experience for something. I mean, we've talked to her about the sensates before, and yeah, there's nothing else to go with through there. Do you ever use weapons? No, there is seldom the need, and I find that I cannot bear the touch of cold iron, or even steel for long periods of time. In any event, I have a number of natural defenses that tend to discourage attackers.
Updated
like,
journal.
The kiss of a succubus is lethal to mortals, though they rarely realize the danger until their death is almost upon them. Fall from Grace sighs. I can resort to it when the need arises. I see. How did I get onto this line of questioning? That's weird. Alright. Can I read your diary? I'm sure this is gonna go great. No. Please? Grace gives a slight smile. A lady must have her secrets. Okay then. Fine, whatever. You said you had a tale you wouldn't share with her. That is correct. Ys needs no more tales adding to her misery, and my tale would not serve her search for truth. Can I hear it? It's a long tale, and not as interesting as some would make it out to be, she sighs. It is intertwined in other tales of war and slavery. It's not a pleasant tale. I would still hear it. Very well. No, my past is not a long one, at least by Tanari standards. I do not know if you're familiar with the Tanari, but you're just telling me something you already told me, aren't you? Yes. Yeah, we already talked about this, alright. This is literally just a backstory. What do you know about the Blood War? Blood War is the conflict that rages across the lower planes between the Baatezu and the Tanari. They fight over whether evil should be lawful or chaotic. Fall from Grace pauses. It is a war best avoided at all costs. Let the Tanari and Baatezu butt heads, and leave the rest of the planes in peace, or at least in relative peace. Relative peace? Well, the war is so large that most races get caught up in it against their wishes. Ignoring it often proves just as dangerous as participating in it. Do they use human troops? On occasion, yes. There are a number of human mercenaries that participate in the Blood War. They serve either as soldiers, fodder for cannons, or food for the fiends. How long has it been going on? According to the chronicles, the Blood War has been fought ever since the Baatezu met the Tanari, a very long time ago. I'm not certain there is a human term that encompasses the time between then and now. Fall from Grace shakes her head. I'm afraid that neither the Baatezu nor the Tanari have ever really taken to the other. Did you serve in it? No. My mother did. Succubi generally tempt mortals to bring their spirits to the abyss, to create more Tanari to die in the Blood War. Your mother, she served in the Blood War? Yes, she was among the finest, seducing countless mortal men. She now dwells in the abyss, selling her children into slavery. You were sold into slavery by your mother, we already know this. Are these questions bothering you? Oh, no, not at all. It's best you know this. The Blood War underlies most events on the plains. It's important to understand what it is and why it is taking place. Okay, I guess that's about all there is there.
Yes.
Alright, other questions. I guess that might... Is this questions about our travels? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
It's weird that put us onto that. Okay, whatever. I wanted to talk to you about our companions. This should be interesting. Who in particular did you wish to discuss? Me! What did you wish to discuss? Okay, one at a time. To be honest, I'm curious as to your feelings about me. Grace gives a slight smile. A lady must have her secrets. Oh, okay. I'd like to know your thoughts on my situation, then. Do you know anything else that might prove helpful? Well, shadows keep coming to kill me. I have a feeling they're following me, but I don't know why. Shadows? Fall from Grace is silent for a moment. Shadows are shades of the dead. They do not tend to hunt. They tend to lie in wait for victims. Curious. Well, I think there's someone out to murder me, so much so I built a tomb trap to try and kill them. According to an inscription in the tomb, he's been coming after me for, well, as long as my incarnations can remember, it seems. Then, whoever the killer is, he's lived a very long time to have pursued you this long. She taps her chin for a moment. Could the killer be immortal as well? Possibly. Well, I guess we don't have anywhere else to go from there. Okay, when we're back here, that's not really... do you have any idea who or what I might be? Grace frowns in thought. I freely admit that you are something of an enigma. She smiles. But I find such mysteries intriguing. Shall we attempt to puzzle out your situation? Why not? First, while it is possible that you are a tiefling or some rare crossbreed, my guess is that you're human, or were at one time. Okay, makes sense. Your appearance is approximately a male in his early 30s. The stitching and scar tissue make an exact determination difficult. Tell me about it. Anything else? The key to your past is your memory, and it seems that certain locations, events, and people trigger seemingly forgotten memories. It would seem to be in your best interest to visit as many locations as possible and speak to as many others as possible. In short, experience your universe as much as possible. The sensate's advice, eh? Fall from Grace gives a bemused smile. I would not advise it if I did not practice it, and if you did not already know it to be true. Maybe something else that would shed light on my situation, and this brings us back here.
Yes.
Okay. About you. Me? Really? She thinks about this for a moment, then nods. Very well, if there's anything you're curious about, please ask. These are literally the same questions as asking about myself, so never mind. What about Mort? Mort is most peculiar. I have seen a great deal in my life, but nothing quite like him. He behaves somewhat like a mimir. Granted, there's no denying he's knowledgeable, but he's a certain... She sniffs the air and wrinkles her nose. Bartorian smell about him. Bartorian smell? Yes, but he's not a Bartezu. At least of any variety of I've encountered. The smell alone, however, makes me treat the skull with caution. That's weird. His alignment's chaotic good. He couldn't be any less Bartezu if he tried, right? But, What were you saying about a Mimir before? Mimirs are encyclopedias of knowledge. The owner may ask them questions, and if they possess the knowledge, they will inform the user of what it knows. And Mort is a Mimir. I don't believe so. Mort lacks the silvery metal that Mimirs customarily have, and he seems to have an attitude of his own. Such qualities are not present in conventional Mimirs. Grace shrugs slightly. He may be one, but he's unlike any I've ever encountered. Yeah, I don't think he is either. Perhaps there's some test to verify his authenticity, but I would not do one if you value him as a friend. If you do, then you must accept what he has told you. Well, I don't trust him at all. Not anymore. But, oh well. Someone else. Let's talk about Anna. She is strong and capable, and she is quite passionate. I almost wish I had met her long ago and asked her to come to the brothel. Perhaps things might have been different. Grace studies you for a moment. What do you think of her? Well, this is quite the slate. I think she doesn't care for you very much. I would agree, Grace smiles. But I shall not let you dodge my question so easily. What do you think of her? I don't know. I honestly don't think any of these options quite encapsulate my thoughts properly. Yeah, I don't know. None of these are quite right. I'd rather not discuss it. Abstaining is acceptable, Grace smiles. Sustained abstinence could prove difficult. No, we're not gonna sink to that level. We're not gonna avoid this jab. Alright. Someone else. Dakon. Dakon, Grace raises an eyebrow. He's most uncommon for a Githzerai. Really? In what way? Well, he obeys you. That alone would mark him as a pariah among his people. His entire race were once slaves, and even the reminder of servitude to them is distasteful. Anything else? Dakon approaches everything in an orderly fashion. Again, most curious for a Githzerai. They tend to be unpredictable. They follow their impulses rather than plan. Anything else? He seems most pious Githzerai, and a steadfast ally. That he is. Alright. Well, I guess that's that. Okay, well, that took long enough. Okay, where is this guy? There you are. Wait, I do have the thing, right? Yeah, I got it. Alright. Hey, you. The mage's expression curdles as he spies your approach. Unbelievable! You've chosen to curse me with your detestable presence once more, you ill-conceived reeky sod! He pauses his haranguing to eat a small peppermint. I pray you've learned yourself some manners! I brought you some imported chocolate as a gift. Oh! His demeanor changes in an instant. Very kind of you, very gentlemanly, may I see? Show him the chocolate quasit. He takes it from your hands. Oh, quite rare these are, and most delectable. He bites off a large piece and tucks what's left into his tunic. Okay, questions. He frowns at you, licking the last of the chocolate off his fingers. Who told you to bother me with inane questions? He stares at you accusingly. Come now, what is it you wish to bother me with, or be gone? He fishes a malt ball from his sleeve and eats it. Who are you? I am Quell. There are some who call me Quell. He holds up his hand imperiously, as if to stop you from introducing yourself. And don't bother to introduce yourself. You must be the most insolent, annoying pest this side of Sigil that I've heard so much about. A true pleasure to meet you, and thank the powers it couldn't have waited until you had curled up and died, thereby sparing me the pain of being forced to banter words with you. I would gladly trade my formidable sorcerer's powers for but a minor enchantment that would pierce your thick skull and introduce at least the idea of manners. Man, what about the chocolate I brought you? He opens his mouth to speak, finger raised, then stops. You have me there, sir. He shrugs and eats another candy, as I thought. I had other questions. He rolls his eyes, indicating for you to continue with a wave of his hand. Can I have some candy? Maybe I'll save that for later. What can you tell me about this place? You stand within the Civic Fest Hall in the exclusive, so very exclusive until you shambled in, private sensorium. Speak to the man at the Fest Hall's foyer, Splinter, should you have any more fatuous questions about the place. What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? At the mention of her name, he swallows the candy he's sucking on with a loud gulp, wincing in pain. What to tell? Why to tell at all? Such things, such tales are best left in dusty books and in the attics of old men's minds. Evil, evil! Such a name, and such dark tales swarm about it like flies on a corpse. Just the same, I need you to tell me. He rolls his eyes, plopping another candy into his mouth. She's a night hag, my boy, who came to Sigil, all evil and cackle she was, with her shadow magic, ready to butt heads with the Lady of Pain. Balmy old hag, only succeeding in getting herself mazed. She's likely dead by now. Shadow magic? Yes. He seems uneasy about speaking of her. Revel dabbled, no, not dabbled, but excelled in all schools of magic. She knew shadow magics, magics of illusion, and shadow substance. Shadows, residues of dead things. How might I find her? What? Why would you ask such a thing? Are you mad? What could you possibly want with such an evil creature? She knows something about my past. Doubtful? She was mazed many centuries ago, gone, penned in the dead book she is, and even if she were somehow, still clutching to her life with her black and bloody talons, what could she possibly know about you? If she wasn't the spitting image of cackling evil, that is, and was even willing to help you. I'll just have to hope she's alive and will help me. By lashes, 6 teats in her swollen tummy, what a flickering candle of hope furled into the howling winds of pandemonium that is! Oh, hurled, whoops. Flicker, flicker, whoosh! Don't be any more the fool than you need to be. I must still seek her out, whether she's dead or alive. But so if she's dead, as she most likely is, then what is your plan, may I ask? Quill is just blowing words out of his pits. Nonsense, nothing. What do you plan to do if she's in the dead book, eh? I don't know, I'll figure something out. My, that's the best plan I've ever heard. Pure, blinding, white genius of an idea. No idea how to get into the maze. No idea how to get out. No idea what to do if she's dead. Certainly no idea what to do if she's alive. I might as well be talking to a lemure for all the balmy foolishness you're spouting. Can you tell me how to get to her maze? Lunatic, madman, Adelcove, have you not listened to a word I've said? She's imprisoned in an interdimensional maze for trying to best the Lady of Pain. That means she's at least 10 times as balmy as you, and at least 100 times more powerful. She's also most likely dead, thrice dead, and if by some happenstance she isn't, she'll make you dead. I understand, but really, I need your help. Can you tell me how to reach her or not? Quell goes quiet, chewing on his lip. After a moment, he fishes around in his tunic for a mint, then plops it into his mouth. You're serious? Serious now? Why so serious? So bat or bent, so mule stubborn? He sighs. Well, born clueless, die clueless. Updated. Yes? All mazes have portals, this much I know to be true. A way in, a way out. This is how the lady fashions them. I do not know the portal, its location, or even its form, but I am told its key is a piece of Ravel. A piece of Ravel? But if Ravel is mazed, then how am I supposed to? You have to make do, find something that has Ravel's taint in it, mayhap. That is all I know. Bother me no more about it. If you want to go pestering someone about something like that, go to the brothel of slating intellectual lust. One of the ladies there is bound to have met someone or know something that'll help. I have to go back to the brothel? What? Dude, god damn it.
Updated my journal.
May I have some candy? A candy? Once more, for good measure, a candy! What, pray tell, makes you think I'd give a candy to a shirtless, impertinent pumpion such as yourself, He taps his foot, arms crossed, awaiting your answer. Would you sell some, then? Now that I might, but I would warn you, I sell no ordinary candies, but chocolates of power. He draws the last word out, rubbing his hands together greedily. Chocolates of power. He nods. Indeed, they are not cheap, mind you, so should you find yourself short of drink, I suggest you drop the subject immediately. Would you like to see what I have to offer, He cocks his head, looking at you slyly. Yeah.
My journal.
What the hell is all this? Invokes Bless. Invokes protection from evil. Call lightning? Armor. Huh. I guess they're basically like scrolls, except you probably don't need to be a magic user to use them. Well, that's cool, I guess. I don't need any of these, but, you know. Alright. Alright, I'm out of here. Ugh. Well, I still have some problems here. I have to go back to the brothel? It's possible that the person I need to talk to is this Echo then, but I can't get anything out of her until I've resolved the thing with Delora, and I don't know how to progress the Delora thing because I need something that'll let him forget stuff. What's his nuts? Merriman. And I have no idea where to look for that. Maybe Vrishchika has something. We'll go talk to her again. I guess I'm just gonna ask about the rest of this stuff. None of them obviously scream to me, hey, this lets someone forget a bunch of things, but... What's the stained lens? You examine a stained ground glass lens the width of your hand, held in brushed steel ring. A small geared protrusion coming off the ring makes it look as if the lens should attach to some sort of clockwork machine, and it smells faintly of horrible perfume. Vrishchika holds it up for you. I've no idea what this really is, but it radiates fairly powerful magic. An old soldier named Gaisus brought it up to me from a lower plane battlefield. Oh, that's the guy lecturing about the Blood War in the Fest Hall. He'd murdered his own men in order to escape his tour of duty there, and brought me a number of interesting items he'd collected over the course of the campaign. Oh, okay. Well, that was the thing you didn't want to talk about. Fair enough. I've kept it mostly as a conversation piece, though you may have it for 149 coppers if you'd like. I don't think I need that. I don't know what it is, but... You examine a ring in a small padded case. Vrishchika holds it up so that you can see it more clearly. This is Yevra's ring of almost invisibility. It makes its wearer invisible. Well, almost. I'll part with it for the meager sum of 349 copper commons. Rune-covered ale stein. You examine a large pewter ale stein covered in strange runes. Vrishchika holds it up for you to see more closely. An ale mug of unusual manufacture, which keeps its contents, usually beer, of course, icy cold, whatever the surrounding temperature, 299 copper commons, and you'll enjoy the frostiest ale you've ever had outside the paraplane of ice. I don't really think I need that. Tattered ragdoll. The years have not been kind to this tiny ragdoll. It is coming apart at the seams, and looks like its threads are unraveling. It is obviously intended to be a replica of the Lady of Pain. But the button eyes and its plush softness don't strike much fear into your heart. Vrishchika holds it up for you. This was found in a well-trapped strongbox sunk deep beneath the surface of Sigil. It was part of a small hoard of treasure and forbidden magical texts, though I don't know what it's for. If you like it, it's only 99 copper coins. It's like a little effigy of the Lady of Pain. It's a cute little ragdoll of her. That's fucking weird. I don't know, something about this seems like it might be important, though. Right? I'll take it. Yeah, it's a wise choice. Great. Well, I don't know, it's probably just gonna clog up my inventory and not do anything, but... Let's see. What's this baby oil? You examine a number of small bottles, each labeled as baby oil. Vrishchika picks one up and presents it to you. Interested? It's the real thing, of course. Thousands of mewling mortal babies went into the making of this stuff. God damn it, this is exactly the stupid joke I made when I looked at it the first time. Baby oil? I hope that's not oil made of a baby. You're not even allowed to try buying this. No thanks. Let me see the other stuff. Codex of the Inconceivable. You examine a rather unassuming book held closed by a tiny brass lock. That, coos Vrishchika, is the Codex of the Inconceivable. I'll only say that it's well, I cannot explain it. Mere words simply won't suffice. You can own it yourself for a mere 1,000 copper commons, and believe me, it is well worth it. I don't think I need that. Deva's Tears. You examine a small glass vial labeled as Deva's Tears. These were collected from a Deva who was captured during a Blood War skirmish. The fiends tormented the imprisoned angel for eons before he at last escaped. The small bottle holds the 12 tears he shed in time. Their price is but 100 copper commons. What do they do? Nothing, apparently. Okay. Elixir of Horrific Separation. You examine a bottle labeled as Elixir of Horrific Separation. Vrishchika presents it to you. You know what? This might actually be useful for that alchemist, right? The stuff was compounded by a scholar who'd found she possessed a darker half, a side of her which took control at times and bade her to do awful things. This potion was to have split the darker half away from her, creating two separate beings. Mercy killers, however, found and executed her for a string of depraved murders before she could use it. I charge you only 200 copper commons for the elixir. Well, this is the last thing, right? I guess I'll take this. I've got a couple of ideas of what I could use this for, actually. Oh, wise choice. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Wait, I didn't, like, drop any of this stuff on the ground. No, I still have... Lady of Pain Ragdoll. Apparently I can identify this, so I'll probably do that at some point. Unless the imbiber is actually more than one being, existing within a single body, possessed by a fiend, for instance, the elixir will have no effect. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know. Let's try giving it to that guy. Where was is this the alchemist shop? I think so. Hey, you. You see Pestle, Kiln, he or they, is as eerie to look upon as ever, as his flesh constantly changes and crawls across his face and body. Welcome back, sir. I got this elixir of horrific separation. You think that'd help you? Both his eyes suddenly snap to the small bottle in your hands. He nods, smacking his lips. Here you are, then. Pestle takes the bottle in both his hands and places it beneath the counter. His left eye focuses on you, while his right eye and hand concentrate on scribbling furiously on the countertop. We can use this to make something to fix us. Right up. Now, you give us a moment when we got it all worked. Yeah. Out. I'll make you some healing stuff for a reward. He turns to head to the back of the shop. Okay, bye then. And looks like we have Kiln on his own. Oh, and Pestle's at the front. Okay. This man's face closely resembles Pestle-Kiln's, though without the crawling skin and constant subtle mutations. Greetings again. Name's Kiln. You need something? Hoping to get some healing concoctions. Dr. Pestle yet? He's the one who has that for you. Okay. This man closely resembles Pestle-Kiln, though without the crawling skin and constant subtle mutations. Greeting again, sir, and well met. What is it I, Pestle, can do for you? Healing concoctions. Yes, of course, your reward. Let's see now. I'll manufacture them for you for nothing, of course, but I'll need the proper ingredients. Oni's heart, powered hematite, or the hair of a deva, or a thread from Asamon's robe, or the blood of a regenerating creature, such as a troll, or actually, my wounds heal very quickly. Pestle raises an eyebrow. Do they now? Well then, your own blood just might do. Here, give me a sample if you would. Give him a bit of your blood. After drawing a small quantity of your blood and retreating to the back of the store, Pestle returns with a number of what appear to be hardened drops of blood. Placed upon one's tongue, these clock charms will heal existing wounds and aid in the prevention of new ones for a time. Great. Cool. Thanks. And yeah, he sells stuff I don't need. Do you have anything of interest? I want to buy something. Okay, there's nothing to talk to him about. How many did I even get? I got 10 clock charms. Oh, alright, whatever. Yep, still not sure what I'm supposed to do about finding a way to make that guy forget things, though. Damn it. Yeah. Well, this is awkward. I guess I could go back to the brothel and just, like, run around and talk to people a little bit, but I don't think I can get anything else at the moment.
Done.
Do I have any new tales to tell? I guess I could make, Fall from Grace trade, right? Fall from Grace, do you have a story to trade? Grace turns to Ease. I have no story that I wish to share with you today, Tale Chaser. I cannot let you exhaust my library before I can find more stories. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Damn it, all that fucking around with Quell, and he didn't even fucking tell me anything, man. This is bullshit. Oh. I guess I could talk to Juliet again. I didn't see any trace of what's-his-nuts again. Okay, I guess this is technically a question. Whatever. Juliet looks to you hopefully. Well, anything yet? Montague seemed disinterested. Is he not going to fight for me then? No, he won't. I recall him saying he was bored with things in any case. Juliet looks shocked. He said what? How could I have been so... Oh, it appears as if my relationship had the troubles I so desired, and I merely missed them in all my melancholy. Perhaps. In any case, done my part, like my questions answered. Juliet rolls her eyes. Oh, go on if thou must. I guess we haven't actually got to talk to her about any of this stuff yet, so... What are you doing here? Preparation to become a sensate. Mistress Grace is our teacher. All the prostitutes here are students. Sensate, sight of sensation, yeah, whatever. About this place... The brothel, 'tis a school for aspiring sensates. Mistress Grace is our teacher, and by the way, more qualified to answer such questions than myself. Mayhap thou would rather speak with her. Yeah. You know anything about the silent prostitute? Oh, 'tis Echo thou speak of. They say she's sworn never to speak again for one reason or another. I cannot imagine why anyone would do such a thing. And Puzzlewell. Ravel? Puzzle what? Who? Juliet appears perplexed. Is that truly someone's name? If it is, Eves might know of her. She knows myriad tales. You're completely fucking worthless. Thanks, cool. Glad I did that whole fucking thing. Fuck. Maybe I can ask Delora if she knows a way to make that guy forget the thing. That might work. Delora's eyes flash as she sees you. Did you find him? Has he agreed to return the keys to my heart? No. Damn it! That's it! Just no? And what about you? What about this asshole back here? Hey, Luis. Fuck you. An ominous silence hangs over the armoire. There's no reply. You're certain it's still Luis. You can practically feel the hatred radiating from the wood, but he won't speak a word to you. Whatever. Well, that was fucking worthless. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do now. I'm stuck. Shit. I guess I could go check Undersigil. There's a couple entrances around here. It's pretty much the only place I haven't been to yet, so I guess I'll do that next time. I don't have any good reason to go down there, but I don't know where else to go. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. I can get into the Godsman Foundry now, right? So I could do that instead. But I still don't have the key to the maze, so I don't know if it's gonna do me a lot of good. Oh well, I'll think about it. Next time, one of those two things, probably. Alright. See you then.